Welcome to Josie's Creative Corner. We'll get straight into it. This week's class, we've got card bases. So they are from Uniquely Creative and they're the rectangle ones. And we will also have one 6 by 6 inch square card base. We will have 16 papers and they are just beautiful. We will have some creative cards, again, Uniquely Creative, and they're from the Willow and Grace collection. Just have to think of the name. Also, we have a cut apart sheet. We will have our leaves, which I will color greens and browns, and flowers and stamens. So that's what we have, and our class has 3 cards in it. So this is what we're making. That's 1. 2 and 3, and this is the one I used my 6 inch by 6 inch square card base, and that looks just beautiful. If you can see them, beautiful. Now I have been asked, what else do I do with my kit with the leftovers? Now I was also asked, can I show some more samples? I have actually gone ahead and I have used my whole kit, and I have added some crimples. What else have I added? I've added a couple sheets of, maybe 1 sheet of the rose gold matte paper, and this is literally all I have left out of my kit. Normally I have a lot. And I'll show you what else I made. 12 cards. And you will hear me say that that is my favorite a few times. I'll leave that one for last. Some are flat. Some have some dimension. Others have a little bit more dimension because of the flowers. Again, another flat one. This is the simplest one I made. So that's 9. Now there's actually 10 down there. 11 and 12 are not in the video at the end of this whole video. They were done off screen. That's all I had left over, so I just made a couple more. But with these ones, there is a very quick video on my process. If you want any more information, just send me a message. So I'll put the video on for our actual class, which is these 3 cards. And then I will see you at the end of the video. So we're going to color our flowers, and what I am doing is a mixture of potting soil and mulberry. Now, get a couple of them, and we're going to go with potting soil. Nice and lightly. And then I will take a little bit of mulberry. I get rid of most of it on my paper because I only want just that little tinge of red. And I'll see if I can bring it closer. And you can see it's not very dark at all with the red. It just gives it a little tinge. So it's not just a plain brown. It's got a bit of shadows to it. And then this one again. A little bit of mulberry. Next color I'm gonna do is night sky. So I'll do the same as the red ones. I'll do my brown first, give it a little bit of a color, and then I'll put a little bit of blue. Make sure there's not too much on my brush. And so we have a brownie flower with a little bit of blue on it. It just doesn't, this collection doesn't need bright colors, it just needs muted colors. So that's why I'm doing it this way. And I'll just do a few of those. So I've done my blue flowers. I've done one bunch blue, one bunch white, and one bunch red with my browns in it. I'm not sure how they will look in there, but I thought I might give it a try and we'll see how we go. Okay, so my next job is to put stamens in my flowers. All you need to do is poke a hole. Try not to flatten your flower while you're poking the hole. And then you can add one bent stamen, so about in half. Now it's like threading a needle. It will take you a while. Alternatively, you can chop the end and it might be a little bit easier. Now you can put one or you can put two, and it's completely up to you. Okay, so my next step is my greens. So I have two different colors. I've got a peat moss and a seagrass. So light and a dark green, which both of them will go quite well with this collection. So let's see what we can do. Might turn this over, get a nice clean area. So I'll start with my lighter one. And then I pop in a little bit on my darker color on top. Now, if you want to, get a little brush and we can actually make the stem a little bit darker. Oops. Okay. Now, I'm using the same brush for all of them because I don't separate my brushes and I do want my colors to be blended in. So let's see if you can see this. Just go nice and close. It is a nice green. It's a little bit lighter in some spots, darker in others. And I think it will go well with, let's see, something like that. So it lightens it up because everything is quite dark. So, and if you want to get a little bit darker, just add a little bit more dark green on the tips. Now, these are my favorite brushes. They come in 3 sizes. This is the medium one, and I can get into those little nooks and crannies with it, and it makes a nice little color. A little bit more light one on there. Yep, I quite like that one. So I'll do all my leaves like that. And at the back of my greens or my leaves, I just really got with a quick coloring in just to get rid of that bright, stark white. And that is perfect for me. I'm quite happy with this. So I'll do the rest of my greens and then we'll come back and start putting the cards together. So what I'm thinking of doing with this one is to fussy cut it and pop it on an easel card standing up. I will show you what I mean in 2 seconds. Then I'm gonna go ahead and score it again 3 inches so that I make my easel card. Look at that. Excellent. Next, I'm going to fussy cut that one. And I'm just going to fussy cut the top around it. Now, I want it to be 5 3/4. So, before I finish fussy cutting it, I'm gonna cut it so that I got to the end. Just a little snip there. That is gorgeous. Pop that one aside for something else. The next thing we're going to do is I'm going to get some potting soil, and I'm going to get a mat to color on. Okay, and I'm just going to give it a very, very light coloring in, just to get rid of that little bit of white, because there's quite a bit of white tinge to it. What I do is cut my bases. Now let's see what looks nice. That will look quite nice. So it will be 5 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5 and 6/8. That makes sense. Then I will cut it at 3 inches exactly. Oh, 3 inches is over here. I wonder if you're on the screen. Yes, you are. Okay. 3 inches. And then I'm going to take a slither of the inside where I've just cut it. That's one. And then again, I'm going to turn this over and take a slither off of that side, because I would like my slithers to come off of the where the arrows was meeting. And you'll see why in a second. So what we're going to do next is ink my edges. This one on top. And when it opens, that will stand out. And of course, we're gonna pop this one up. So let's get some glue out and start sticking them down. Now I'm going to pop it up, but I want it to be very, very thin. So if you have very thin foam tape, that's excellent. Otherwise, a very thin paper, which is what I am actually going to go and get. Now you can use pretty much anything you like to pop your cards up. I do use foam tape, not all the time though, and especially when it's a large area like this, I prefer to use cardboard. Now these ones are just from a coffee, and they're really thin. Your cereal boxes will work quite well as well, because I don't want it to be really high. I literally have only a couple of mil, and it is one of the thinnest foam tapes you can get. It's about the same, not quite, but about. So that is too big, so it needs to be chopped down a little. And you will find I am not a person to measure everything. That's why I get in a lot of trouble when people ask me, how big is that? I'm going, oh, about that much. So yep, that will do well. Over there. And then we need a little bit over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut that at an angle and stick it there. Excellent. And I'm going to put it right there. If I've done it correctly, you won't see. Excellent. Let's see if you can see it. Yep. And it will help if I had it straight. Now, I do get a couple of seconds of playtime with glue, so that works well for me. How's that? And of course, the whole thing's about the dog. So I love my babies, and I love any animal. Next, I'm going to put my flowers on it. So that will be my second card base. Inside. Now, what are we going to put inside? Let's see what we have. Because obviously that's going to stand like that. And we want an inside. Inside. That looks nice. That looks nice. Then we have a few nice ones. Oops, some fussy cutting. I don't need right now. That's too pinky for me. Too much texture for me, but if you like it, go for it. But I like it just nice and plain, so I can put my flowers around it. So we're gonna go for this one. So I know my card base is 6 inches, so I'm gonna chop. What do I count it as? 7/8. Yep, 7/8 will look good. And 7/8. Next, I want to do another easel. So again, I'm gonna get my card base. Now I've taken one of these card bases and cut it in half. So I've got the other half here. And I think that's what I want to do. So I'll do this. Make sure all your corners are lined up. I am getting better tables very soon, so you won't be wobbly for much longer. So I have a couple of really nice base papers left. Anything with a pattern to me is nice. Anything that is basic goes underneath, because it's nice, but I like my pictures. So, do we want the pussycat there? I am thinking pussycat there and a couple of tags there with flowers going that way. That will look fantastic. So, these card bases are from Uniquely Creative. So, and I am never good at finding out exactly what size they are. And of course, because I chopped it in half, I cut a slither off. I'm going to do it the old-fashioned way. I'm just going to chop it there, and then I'm going to chop it there. And if you want to know the measurements, it is a slither under 4 inches by 5 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 sixteenths, I will say. Got 6 3/4 and then come down a little bit more. And that one will look very pretty right there. I'm going to color my edges. Now, something like this, I'm just quickly having a look what else I used. For the inside, oh, I better do that side too. Now that's Kara, because it is getting dark, so she would like to go outside and catch a birdie. She's too old to catch anything, but she would like to go and try, and she's really upset because I keep telling her no. So that looks very pretty. And underneath we are going to use, so I'm going to have like these, 2 cakes that way, flowers coming this way. So where's my bases? That one, I think, will go well there. Yes. Okay, what size is it? It is this big by this big. If you can hear the purring, she has just jumped on the chair behind me. So it's a smidge bigger than 4 inches, so I'm gonna go at 4 inches. And it is I'm not sure if you can see the cat on the screen. I can see the cat on my table. So it's really hard because there's nobody here, so I feel like I have to talk constantly, which is exactly what I do in class anyway. I do talk constantly, but it feels a bit weird talking to myself. Okay, so we're gonna ink the edges a little bit more so I get a darker brown. I quite like that. I'm coming up with some really good ideas. How good is that? There's nobody around here to tell me how good I am, so I'll just tell myself. And I can just see the messages popping up on my screen. As soon as the ladies see this, they will call me and tell me how good I am. Now, if I was that good, I wouldn't have lost my pussycat that I cut for that. I'm sure I cut something for there. What did I do with the cat? Oh, there he is. Upside down. So, he goes on top. And this one.
Feeling every spark, shock to my heart. See my blood rush running. Staring at my hands and making big plans. You and me started something.
Okay. Well,
just
I
to
think
watch
it's
my
bedtime
mind
for
go
us, especially since it's already, what, 11:30?
tearing through my chest so loud.
I might call her a night, and I will
Right
continue to do
now.
when I start,
This is
and
bigger
you
than
won't even
pride,
notice that I'm gone, ladies.
Embers falling
Look how cute
around
that
me.
is.
Really think this could be love.
If you can't, it's because I'm not holding my reply. Let me know what
Only one I'm thinking of.
I'm still in my words, which means it's sleepy time. I will be back with the rest of the video. So I've got all my fussy cuttings, I've got my greens, I've got my flowers, I've got my hot glue, and I've got my cards. And of course, I forgot to turn the camera on. So all I have done is I've got the card out, got a little tag, and just cut the creative cut. I just cut a piece off. That will hold my card open when you open it. Otherwise, to hold it up, I'll put a hot block glue under there. There we go. And yeah, and next I'm going to start decorating these. I have decided with this design, I'm going to put a tag on here. So there is a tag sheet that you can fussy cut, and it's got 3 tags on there. And I am humming and ahhing between this one or this one. And I think I might, go with that one. Okay, so what I'll do is, because this is going to take a while and I've got all 3 cards to do, I'm going to put some music on and put it on fast forward as well, most likely, and see how we go. So that is my first card. I'm quite happy with how it is at the moment. I might come back and add some more later, but at this stage looks really, really nice. I don't want to cover my pussycats. I've put him over there. I've got my tag on here. It is popped up because I used hot glue to glue it down, so it's got a bit of a dimension. And of course my flowers all nicely popped up. What I did do though is I found my flowers are too bright. The peat moss is not quite dark enough. So it is dark, but not dark enough. So I have actually had a little bit of brown, and I have used potting soil again, which is what we used for the flowers themselves. And I just put some brown on it, and it just mutes the brightness down, so it actually fits much better with the collection. So if you can see that, the colors are really nice. There's some nice bright colors down there, some muted colors. And of course, once we put our glitter on, that will be perfect. So that's card number 1, so that's one of the cards. Next one, we'll do something similar with this one. Our card is this one. I've got a pretty pussycat there, which I don't want to cover up, so my flowers are going to come around here somewhere. So let's see what I can come up with.
See you walking like that. Yeah, you know you look good, and I bet you just came out here to dance. Well, let me oblige you. Boys don't know nothing about this. We were made with this way in our hips. You and me, we can make them all wish they had the courage to ask you. I know that it's not just.
Okay, so again with this card, I quite like how that came out, even though I've got hot glue all over the place, a little bit of glitter, my sentiment going around, and that looks pretty cute. Now, lucky one here, I was going to say lucky last, but it just depends on how I upload the video. This one is my favorite. I love this card. So, what are we going to do with it? We do need same idea, something to hold it up. So I've got, this is the biggest one I've got, and I think it will be perfect. So I'll give it some shape. It might actually be too big. What if we go that way? Yeah, if I cut it and go that way, it will probably fit better. Okay, just like I did the other two. I'll put some hot glue on it to glue it down, and then a big chunk up here so it stays raised up when it's dried up, when it's dry. Now, if you're doing it with hot glue, watch your fingers, they're hot. Now, this one is going to need some more special flowers around it. So I'm going to put that one underneath it, right there, and no mushrooms. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll put my flowers around and then I'll come back. Well, I'll actually probably fast forward the video so it's not too long. This one that's come out quite cute as well. Look at these, they're really like it. Of course, I left my doggy at the door. I like my little 2 flower bunches. If you really want to, you can put some more flowers there, but I want to close it like that, so I'm gonna keep it flat. Having said that, it's never gonna be completely flat because, well, let's see if you can see on the camera. My hot glue is gone hard, and because I left it, I didn't squish it down, it will actually stay up. So I quite like that. It looks really nice. Okay, so that is it for tonight. I do have a lot more papers left, and I might make a couple more. We'll see how we go. So the next things will be to cut my sentiment sheets. Now with these sentiment sheets, I actually am going to cheat. Uniquely Creative has a die that will fit at the 2 little angles, have little arrows. Just line them up, pop it through my die cutting machine, and I will get my sentiments all cut in an instant. So I'm going to do that and come back. So my die has cut them all nice and straight, so I will be adding them to my cards, and let's see what we want to add. Make sure you're in the screen, and we will do sending kisses and birthday wishes. I will add it like that. Okay, so I'll move on to the next one, and again I'm just grabbing them from the stash. You are very special to me. Sending lots of love and hugs. I like this one. Now, question, do we want it standing up or lying down? And the answer is standing up. So I just give it a little bit of dimension. That will go down here, and that will go over there. So for this one I will use hot glue, and I'm gonna try and sneak it in very close to those flowers, if not slightly under those flowers. It's a little bit too big, so I'm gonna gently pull it out and give it a little bit of a trim on both sides. and do it again. There we go, that's better. So it's still standing up, but it's not bulky as. And then a little bit on here. Now give it a few seconds to dry. Now just making sure you're still in screen, yes, because I'm good at getting off screen. So I want to hide some of that paper that I ripped, otherwise we can always color it in with a bit of brown, not with hot glue. Don't do what I do, ladies. Okay, so that's hidden that rip, and unless you know it's there, you won't see it. Now I wouldn't mind a little bit of green there, so I'm thinking something like that, but it's too bright at the moment, so I'm gonna dull it down with a little bit of brown just on the tips. Actually, I might do it in 2 sections. So I don't want to hide my pussycat. Oh, there's my little spatula. And then the last flower, we're gonna put a white one. You're gonna fall, aren't you? Yep. Beautiful. Let's find a little white one. Get rid of my spider webs. Okay, and that's my last one. So that one will look like that. Now if you are better than me, you can actually move it slightly this way so you can see the S. But other than that, it looks good. And what are we gonna do with you? It will have to be just plain birthday wishes. Now, where will we put that? I'll cut it as close as I can to that one there. I quite like it there. Oops. I will try and fast forward some of this video. Okay. So I'm gonna go for flat again. So I'll use the plain glue. Oops. Right way around. Birthday wishes. Beautiful. Last thing left is to glitter. Let's see. We have glitter here. So these are the 3 cards that we have made with this kit for the project. And this one. And if you keep watching, I will show you how to use the rest of your kit. I have made a further 12 cards with the rest of my kit. Now, don't forget, my kit had half the amount of flowers that yours has and half the amount of leaves that yours had. And this is all I have left over out of the whole kit. Now, I have, for the next lot of cards, obviously, they're not part of the class, but I have added my own foil paper and my own pearls.
Barely breathing, don't let go. Hear the whispers, listen close. I know you've never strayed from the fold, but that's how freedom begins. Bended knees and broken bones. A bleeding heart never bleeds alone. I am one of many cries. We are far from the ashes. Rise up, break the cage, be the lion, be the storm, be the strike of the lightning. Rise with the dawn, rage like the sun. This is what we came for. Revolution. Burn your bridges, make your choice. Fight your demons, raise your voice. They're only silent if we're making noise. So let the battle begin. Bended knees and broken bones. A bleeding heart never bleeds alone. I am one of many cries. We are far from the ashes. Rise up, break the cage, be the lion, be the storm, be the strike of the lightning. Rise with the dawn, rage like the sun. This is what we came for. Revolution.
So what do you think? 15 cards out of one kit. Not a bad effort, if you ask me. So if you like my videos, please like, share and subscribe. If you hit the bell, you will automatically get notified when my videos are up. And it will also help me grow my channel. So thank you very much, and I will see you next time.